No losses, I don't do lipo. A few screws loose in the head, I'm a psycho. Promise you the bar, just as real as the bite though. Misunderstood, you could call me a typo. I shine hotter than the stars.
What's up, Guardians? Welcome to the very first episode in the Road to Fate Saga, my brand new series where we break down everything that brought us to Destiny 2's next big chapter, The Edge of Fate. From cosmic origins to world-ending betrayals, we're going deep into the lore, week by week, to give you the full picture before Bungie pulls back the curtain on what's next. Whether you're a long-time player or catching up after a break, this series is built to bring you up to speed in an epic way. And today, we're not starting with the city or the collapse. We're going all the way back. Before the first ghost ever blinked awake, before the light ever sparked in a Guardian's hand, there was a game being played by forces we barely understand. Let's talk about how everything we know began. To understand what the Fate Saga might mean, we have to go back further than we ever really looked in Destiny. This isn't about factions or fire teams. It's about the agriculture of reality. Destiny's lore tells us that before stars were born, before gravity bound planets together, two cosmic entities played in a field of infinite possibilities, the Gardener and the Winnower. These weren't gods, not in the way we think of them, but abstract forces. Creative will and structured consequences. They played a game with flowers, planting them in infinite patterns, watching how they grew, and then culling the ones that didn't fit. It sounds gentle, even poetic, but this was a cosmic act of shaping existence itself. And the moment the game ended, our entire universe changed. The Gardener was possibility. It sought to create life without limit, to allow things to grow in wild, predictable ways. The Winnower was the counterbalance, trimming what didn't work, shaping patterns into outcomes. Their game of flowers was a metaphor, but the stakes were real. Stars, galaxy, and sentient life. The moment the Winnower asked for rules, a repeatable outcome, the Gardener rejected the idea. It refused to be confined, so it quit, and that single act, that refusal to follow rules, sparked a domino effect across the fabric of time and space. From this rift, the core philosophies of light and darkness would take form. The Gardener became the seed of what we call the light. The Winnower, in absence, became echo we know as the darkness. That split chaotic potential versus initial design still defines everything that has happened in Destiny since the story began. Once the Gardener left the game, it didn't stop creating. It took that boundless energy that it had and scattered it across the stars. It moved through the galaxy, sparking life on countless worlds, sometimes gently and sometimes violent. It gave birth to civilizations without warning, without explanation. And as those civilizations grew, they tried to understand the gift they've been given. Some worshipped it, others feared it. But one species, the progenitors of the Witness, were abandoned by it. They were uplifted by the Gardener's light, but when they reached for meaning, they found silence. That silence turned into pain, and from that pain, they formed something new: unity, certainty, finality. They became the Witness, not as a force of evil, but as an answer to the chaos that we're left with. That's how the darkness first became a philosophy, not destruction for its own sake, but the pursuit of understanding and peace through order. This is where Destiny breaks from every space fantasy that came before it. Light and darkness aren't good and evil. They're not Jedi and Sith. They're interpretations, ways to survive a universe without clear answers. The light is rebirth, movement, hope. The darkness, survival, stillness, and clarity. And civilizations adapt based on which one they touched first. The Hive embraced darkness through conquest, survival, and destruction. Guardians used the light for protection, but also built a war machine from it. The Awoken were born in the collision of both. And the Vex? They simulate both sides endlessly, trying to calculate a future where they control the outcome. These are not sides in battles. They're tools in a cosmic debate. And the more we use them, the more we shape ourselves by their rules, whether we realize it or not. The Traveler, believed by many to be the Gardener, carries the light, but it doesn't carry answers. It doesn't teach, it doesn't lead. It simply arrives, uplifts, and vanishes. That's what it did to the Elixir. That's what it almost did to us. And in its absence, people fill in the blanks. They build religions, they form hierarchies, they start wars, and some, like the Witness, reject it altogether. Not out of hate, but out of heartbreak. If the traveler is the gardener, it has spent eons planting seeds and leading others to bear the consequences. The hive built their truth in its absence. We build ours in its shadows. And now, for the first time, we may be the last ones left to figure out why. The Fate Saga won't be about whether light defeats darkness. That question is already outdated. It's going to be about what we do now that the game is over, or at least now that we realized we were pieces in someone else's match. The traveler isn't speaking. The witness is gone. Every enemy we faced has either been destroyed or converted. So now the question isn't which side are you on? It's what kind of future are you willing to build? Understanding the birth of light and darkness isn't just it's context for the choices we're about to face. Because the edge of fate, it's not a battlefield. It's a decision point. And Destiny's next chapter starts with us writing the rules for the first time. If this deep dive into the roots of Destiny's universe helped connect some dots for you, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe, because this is just episode 1 of the road to the Fate Saga. Next week, we're digging into the collapse and the Traveler's silence, and how that one decision may have broken more than just the Golden Age. If you want to support the channel, check out the Gameverse merch store in the description down below. And also, hop on our Discord where we break down this stuff with the community live. And remember, Guardians, keep grinding, keep shining, and I'll see you on the next level.
No losses, I don't do lipo. A few screws loose in the head, I'm a psycho. Promise you the bar just as real as the bite though. Misunderstood, you could call me a typo. I shine hotter than the stars.